welcome to Walk the Talk. Our today's guest is a fashion blogger and celebrity stylist. In recent days, he's very much active in TikTok and keeps us entertained. Yes, let me please welcome this young talent, Parakram Rana.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good.
It's been so long, right?
I know.
So, what are you busy with these days?
The usual, work. I've been very lucky and grateful that, I've been getting so much work. If you see my Instagram and all, I've been working with Daraz and different brands and TikTok, YouTube. I've been trying to stay as active as I can. Okay?
Yeah. So, Parakram, Nepal for you were quite active with your work, right? As I said in your intro, right, you are a fashion blogger and celebrity stylist.
Yes.
Right? How did it start? How did you get into fashion blogging?
So basically, Bombay ma, when I did my college Bombay ma. Then I thought कि मैं Bombay ma bus to. I actually did my college when I wanted to work in Bombay. Okay? So 3 years college गए पछि I joined Vogue, and after that I was like more styling गर्छु. यस्तो राम्रो opportunity पाएको छ. I got lucky Vogue पाएर. It just happened with luck. And I was like, this is my line. And 3 years I think मैले styling गर्यो. अनि त्यो पछि then suddenly मेरो Instagram pic भइरहेको थियो, and then after that I was like, I'm getting money through Instagram, that's so much fun. And then I started being अलिकति serious कि मेरो Instagram blogging को लागि, and then I started focusing on myself. I was like, let me style myself, why do I have to style others?
Yeah.
So त्यो गरेर then I started my Instagram, and that took off also after that.
Okay, so was Vogue your first project?
Yes.
It was.
Vogue. Before that I wanted to be a filmmaker. And so as a director, so college time as an assistant director, Zanjeer Banni movie ko I worked. But I was like, film is not for me.
Okay.
So then after that I was like, no, fashion. So I was focusing on fashion, trying to, find ways to get a job get an internship at Vogue so that I can start off with a bang. And somehow manifest garera, it just happened, and I was like, yeah.
And there was no turning back.
There was no turning back.
You wanted to be in Bombay, you studied there.
Oh.
Was it from the very early days that you wanted to do this?
So I won't say fashion. I wanted to be a filmmaker growing up. Bacha dekhine, I was like, oh my god, I need to be a filmmaker, I want to direct. So त्यो कारण I did a lot of, जब all my friends were playing sports, I was taking classes for editing and filmmaking.
From the very early days?
Yeah, like around like 9, 10 dekhine, Photoshop. So I learned all of that, and then I was like, school पछि I was like, Bombay te janchu ma, I want to be a filmmaker and a big Bollywood fan. Who isn't? So that is there. But then when I worked with them, even as an AD, I was like, oh, itti garo tha. Like hours and hours of shoot, hardly any rest, back-to-back shoots. I'm like, yo gare bani, ma to budo hunchu. Yeah, I'll be old in no time. So I was like, not happening.
Okay, so this is not my cup of tea.
Yeah, not my cup of tea.
Talking about your family, you have a very luxurious life here, right?
Yeah, you could say so.
But we know that it wasn't that easy for you in Bombay. Tell us about your struggling days.
So, Bombay, I started from scratch. Literally, my aunt and uncle Theo, that they were the only people who were there in Bombay while I was there. But they are not in this industry that I was in. So I was new. I started from scratch. I created my own I networked myself and found my way to where it is. Styling pani garo the na. I was assisting. To 3 years of my styling garyo, 2.5 years I assisted. It's only 6 months I started working by myself. So that 2.5 years was a struggle for sure. Bombay ma, everyone has to struggle to make it, and it's endless amount of struggles. Okay? Luck plays a factor, and that's how I got Vogue. That's how I got my job. But once you are there, you have to work. It's just very cutthroat. So I've struggled, yeah. I mean, I've carried bags, heavy, suitcases, and I'm the assistant, so I have to do all the hard work. So, and the weather's not too great, so it's been tough. It's been tough, but it's all been worth it.
We got to know about your first project, that was Vogue, right? Tell us about one of your most memorable projects.
My most memorable project, I think, was when I started styling by myself, and the first person I got to style is Manisha Koirala. And it was in Bombay, and usko comeback film theo, and I was just so excited, and I couldn't believe that I got this opportunity.
Wow.
And everyone was so excited to see her, come back. So, and when they knew that, oh, a Nepali person is styling, it got even more like attention, and there was a lot of pressure, but it was very exciting and challenging.
Yeah, right. So that was the most memorable one.
Yes, okay. She was really kind and nice, and she was also so happy to have someone from Nepal doing it. So it was very fruitful.
How welcoming is the industry there?
So I think celebrities are very kind and sweet. I think even if they don't want to be, they don't have a choice nowadays. They will be put, in the radar, like, why, you're arrogant.
Right.
So with or without choice, they're actually really nice and sweet. But the industry is good. They want work to be done. If work is done, everything is okay. Ki gadbar bhai bani, they will point you out and they'll say this is wrong, this is bad. So it is scary, when I work with other people behind the scenes and all. You learn, okay? Beginning you feel bad, oh no, why they're so rude or why they're so strict, but it's all for the good, because people who are mediocre just can't survive. You have to be good at what you do, I feel.
Did you face that situation as well?
Oh yeah, many times. I've had some really bad experiences with stylists who really made me cry and I was like, oh my God, this is I feel like I'm in school crying, when I was getting bullied. All of that has happened, which is, I've thought ki your profession is styling.
There was that point as well.
Point but luckily, mere साथीहरुले भन्यो कि no, यस्तो experiences हुन्छ. You'll learn, you'll grow. And luckily, I didn't leave it that time. And I continue and I got a chance to work with Manisha after that. So yeah.
So that helped you polish.
Yeah,
polish,
for sure,
right?
for sure,
right.
for sure.
So yes, tell us about your upcoming projects. Will you be here in Nepal or will you be leaving us and going to Bombay? So yes, tell us about it.
So I think finally I am फिर्ता गइरहेको छु Bombay. किनभने त्यहाँ I've joined an agency. जब म नेपालमै थियो COVID को टाइममा मैले एउटा really one of this really big good talent agency join गरेको थियो, and उहाँहरूले they're giving me work even though I'm in Nepal, even though it's difficult, but they're like, you come to Bombay, you'll get so much work, and just and that has made me realize कि बम्बेमा पनि मैले बेस बनाएको छु 8 वर्ष, नेपालमा पनि यो 2 वर्षमा कति love I've gotten. I don't want to leave any of the two, so I have to also go to Bombay. Bombay, I've not been there for so long, and I think it's time for me to now grow there also.
Right. So it was moreover after COVID that you're here in Nepal.
Yeah. COVID ko karan I came here. I actually came here mom ko 50th birthday ko lagi, and then COVID bhayo, and then I stayed, and it's the best excuse. I guess I don't feel guilty leaving Bombay because everything was so bad in India, okay? So there was no point going back and staying in an apartment and living alone COVID ko time ma. So it worked out very well. I've been very lucky, yeah.
So yes, wish you all the best for all your upcoming projects. And hope you shine more brighter and shinier,
Thank
right?
you.
We'll be continuing our conversation, but after a short break, right? Please be back with us. Welcome back once again. We are still in conversation with Parakram Rana, and we are up with our second segment, that is Know Me Better, where we'll get to know you up close and personally. So we have set few questions and you'll be answering that.
Fun,
Okay.
sounds good.
So my first question to you is, you're loved by so many people, right? You are an inspiration figure, especially to younger generations. How do you feel about this? What do you have to say about this?
I think I feel really touched. Shuru ma, I was like, why are people getting so inspired by me? I'm making very simple, fun content, and I used to doubt myself like I always do. And then people really started coming up to me and saying that your content is so positive and good and social message pani hunsa. And then I started realizing, okay, I think I should be less harsh on myself.
Right.
I'm more critical suma afno afko lagi. And there was this one time this teacher, this counselor from a school, this woman, she came up to me and while I was having, food at a cafe, and she's like, I want to just thank you for what you do and what you say, because it's really inspiring my students and I have messages to show. And I was like, that was the day I was like, I have to, some self-worth huni paryo afulai, and that's when I realized, okay, let's not be too harsh on myself.
And you felt that there was an added responsibility?
Yes, for sure. Added responsibility pani bhayo, that I always feel coming from the LGBT community. I was like, I have to use my platform to put a good message there, because there aren't enough people doing it. There are a lot of people doing it, but their voices aren't heard as much as mine could be heard, So I was like, this is the time, because I can make more of a mark here in Nepal. People can hear me more in Nepal. Bombay ma, I'm one of thousands of people speaking up. And here, it's few. So I'm like, yes, for sure, added responsibility.
You just talked about LGBTI community, right? You came out in the year 2000.
Uh, 11.
2011. And your family was very supportive with it. Not everyone's family or parents they're welcoming or supportive. You know, what message would you like to say to such parents?
I think parents are banna chansu ki by the end of it, it's not your life, it's your children's life. And you know, I'm sure ki taparu will get worried for your children because we are in a marginalized community. We face bullying, discrimination, and it's completely fine to be worried. But at the same time, to support dini parts children's life for them to fully grow. I am who I am because of the support of my parents. Support if they didn't accept me for who I am, I think I would have been incomplete. We are so dependent on our families for the good or bad. And I think parents ko support is very crucial.
Talking about bullying, were you bullied because of your sexual orientation during your school days or college? Were you?
No, most certainly. I was bullied very badly because of my orientation. That time I hadn't come out, but people still guessed, you know, my behavior, my feminine qualities. So I was in a boys' school. So why is he so like not as manly and masculine as the others? I got bullied very badly. They would just make me like oh, you guys are dating, and I lost so many friends because of that. But I've come out stronger. Luckily, I think I've not been as damaged as many people do in bullying pachi, and that is all because my parents support garyo malai, my family le support garyo. Tyo pai pachi I had the confidence ki jo le je pani bhanwas, my family is there, I have to be answerable. My parents, my family like, you know, they aren't paying my bills and things. Yeah, food.
Oh, that's the right thing to say. Yes. Now moving on to my next question. That is, what is the weirdest food you have ever tried?
Weirdest food? Thailand ma I've tried cricket, scorpio, and maggots.
Maggots, even maggots. Oh, and what
I was very challenged. I was like, you okay, I have to try this out. And I was getting some thrill, and I was like, it was horrible, the maggots.
Did the maggot pop out?
Yeah, the creamy, milky thing came out. That I threw, but the crickets and scorpio were crispy and yummy.
What food have you never eaten but would really like to try?
Ramasita Malay, you know, thukpa I haven't eaten. I've never been a noodle ko fan. So ramen khako chu espali. But thukpa malay ramrasita khacha nahi. Ek dui choti khachu, but I've always eaten it with the mind that I don't like noodles, so I don't remember. But that's something I need to try. I know it's horrible, I haven't tried.
What is the wildest thing you ever bought?
I mean, maybe a designer bag that I've bought because to mero Bombay ko struggling time mein mali paisa 6 mahina save garyo and to sab pe blew it up on a bag instead of saving it and investing it, which would have worked out for me better now. So I would call that my wildest.
What are you currently worried about?
Currently worried about going back to Bombay. Malai isto maja bhairach cha Nepal ma, mero ghar ma, and Bombay gaye I have to start again and you know start from scratch. So I'm definitely worried about that.
So is there a dilemma?
To mero jail pani unse dilemma. Yeah. I settle in Bombay and then I'm like, should I be going back to Kathmandu? Now I'm settled here. I'm like, oh God, it's so different. Kathmandu, Bombay. It's not easy. And mero life ma throughout my life, boarding school ma thyo, mathi tola garde. So it's always been like, oh God, you know, not easy for me.
What is the craziest thing that you have ever done in love?
Yeah, I am quite filmy as a person. So I think, what is the craziest thing I've done in love? A lot of things. I think I've left my work and gone to a different city to be with the person I like for a few months, and that was quite stupid. Wasted 3-4 months. Yeah, so I could say that.
What movie can you watch over and over without ever getting tired of?
Hindi ma it will be Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, and Nepali ma English ma will be Freaky Friday Baniwala movie. So I've watched it 100 times and I can keep watching.
What is your wildest fantasy? And let it be wild. Okay.
My wildest fantasy. Oh my God, this is a TV show. I can't believe I'm saying this. What could be my wildest fantasy? Would definitely be maybe making love in the ocean. I've never thought of that.
You have never thought of it?
Yeah, it just came up in my mind and it would be fun.
Have you messaged someone and regretted it immediately?
Every time.
You
yeah,
have.
and 1, 2, sometimes when you have a few drinks, you message people you aren't supposed to message, and the next day you're like, shit, why did I do that? Yeah.
Next question, what's your best childhood memory?
My best childhood memory, I have so many good childhood memories. I don't have bests of any, but just maybe being able to freely play with whatever toys I wanted to. I used to play with Barbie dolls, play with my mom's bags and all. And even though I had brothers at home, they played with toys that boys should be playing with. I wasn't told not to play.
Okay.
I had the freedom and no one judged me at home. Okay, so that was, I think, a beautiful memory I have. Yeah.
What would your perfect Saturday be like?
My perfect Saturday would be just to sit at home and do nothing at all. Because Friday nights in Kathmandu, I go out, I have a few drinks, and the next day I'm like, tired.
What's the most useless talent you have?
The most useless talent I have would be, you know, TikTok. Whenever I speak in Nepali, it gets viral, and the Nepali isn't good. So I'm like, you okay, talent, you views din. So I think that's,
true. Yeah, actually, this is
if I was good in Nepali, then it would have been good, but I'm not good, and people just laugh at me speaking in Nepali. So I'm like, yeah, that's quite useless of me.
Okay, moving on to my next question, that is, who was your favorite teacher in school and why?
My favorite teacher in school, both have been women. Here in Nepal, there was this teacher called Ratna teacher, and Mayoma, there was a teacher called Ma'am Rakhi. It's because, you know, I was always more closer to women because they made me feel more comfortable, more inclined towards them, and they were always like a mother figure to me, so that's why I guess.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how funny would you say you are?
I think that's for you guys to decide, but I think I'll give myself 5, 6.
6.
What do you think?
That's very modest of you to say that, right? Because what I feel as a viewer, you're very entertaining and very funny. Your videos are very fun to watch. So I would rate it, but that's definitely more than 6.
Oh?
Okay.
I think if it's more than 6 or 7, then you have to be like a stand-up comedian, because then you are very talented. Okay? Like I do make people laugh, my friends and all, but when I have to make people laugh, everyone laugh, I don't know how good I am. I mean, yeah, some videos, if I work on it, I think.
We do think that, so. Okay, moving on to my last question, and that is, how much do you plan or prepare for the future?
A lot, and which is not too healthy, because then you keep thinking about the future, can't think of the present. But mero life it is so ki ab shifting base, Bombay jom, Kathmandu jom, ke garu, aru ke cha kaam. So I keep planning and thinking about the future, a lot.
So you think a lot?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So yes, I'll come so soon, don't stress too much. Let it be, just go with the flow. It was so nice to know you up close and personally. Maybe this is the first time you got to know so much more about you, right?
I hope so.
Yes.
In a good way.
In a good way. So yes, we'll be continuing our conversation once again, but after a short break. Right?
Lovely.
Please be back with us. Yes, we are with our last segment, that is Would You Rather. So there are a few options and you'll be choosing it. Okay.
Fun.
So let's make it fun.
Yeah.
Okay, my first question is, would you rather not brush your hair ever or your teeth?
Hair. I don't brush my hair only. Short hair, I don't have to brush it. Yeah.
But what if it was like earlier days?
Still hair.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather sleep wearing handcuffs or a bike helmet?
Handcuffs.
Okay.
Handcuffs, yeah. You could say so. Helmet with I won't be able to breathe only, I feel,
Okay. Would you rather be without internet for a week or without your phone?
Without my phone, I guess, because then I need the internet. If computer, my iPad or something, I'm guessing.
Okay. Next, would you rather have more time or more money?
More time to make more money.
Okay. Clever. Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go into the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren?
So if I go to the past and meet my ancestors, I guess they'll kill me because I'm also openly gay. I think I'll be hung or thrown out of the family. Definitely don't want to do that. But maybe see what my descendants are like, if I have any descendants, that is.
For your birthday, would you rather receive cash or gifts?
Cash. I can buy what I want to.
True.
Definitely, yeah.
That's what I also prefer. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather go to a movie alone or to dinner alone?
Movie alone. Dinner alone, I feel very, like, I'd never go out. I feel like I'm so lonely. Movie alone, no one can see, and I'm anyways focused on the film. So, movie alone.
Have you ever been alone to the movie?
Yeah.
You have? Okay. Would you rather make a phone call or send a text?
Text. Phone calls like मलाई धेरै anxiety हुन्छ. I cannot do phone calls. Even work, I just don't pick up and I'm like, well, yes, what was the work? So text is 100 and phone call is minus.
Would you rather work in a group or work alone?
I would rather work alone because I can focus on myself. Group wali garu unse because everyone has their own, points to make, and sometimes you don't agree. I think it's important to be able to work in a group, but I prefer working alone.
And my last question is, would you rather be proposed to in private or in front of family and friends?
Private. But I would feel so shy if everyone's watching. I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. Get conscious, okay. Get done with private for sure.
Private for sure. Okay. So yes, with this we have come to the end of our segment and also at the end of our show. It was wonderful having you in our show.
I had so much fun. It was so much fun, and you were so much fun. So I was free and happy. And
thank you so much for being what you are, and thank you so much for answering so openly. Anything that you would like to say to our viewers? And you have inspired so many young generations. You have earned so many followers, fans. Anything that you would like to say to them?
I'd just like to thank everyone for always supporting me. I say that often. I'm going to India, but I'm not gone for good. I'll keep coming Mathi Tola, and just keep supporting me when I'm in India also. That would really mean a lot, and I'll make you guys proud, I promise.
So that was super fun and amazing, Parakram Rana. I'll be back with yet another guest next week. Till then, keep watching AP1 SD.
It's an AP1 presentation.